Hello, good morning, Selamat pagi. I'm greeting you from Malaysia, from my room, and from my house. Now, welcome back to Igat's Yapping session. Session number 6, believe it or not. I can't believe it for one thing. It's been like, what, less than a month and I'm already 6 episodes in. I thought I was going to stop at like number 3 or number 4, but here I am. Sitting down in my chair with jazz music on my right and my water also on my right. Now, with all the introduction done, might as well we get into the juice of this episode. Since I know exactly what I'm going to title this episode. It's the start of my 3rd semester in college. The final semester in my foundation in arts. And I got quite a few stories to tell. Not really a few stories, more like just something to talk about. New semesters can be oftentimes quite overwhelming, but I think this semester has been quite comfortable so far. But with that said, before we start all that, or before we talk on, or we, before we talk all, oh my god, it's been 1 minute and 17 seconds and I'm already losing my word. But before we talk about all that, we first have to start with our agenda. What are we going to do throughout this episode? We can go back to full screen now, and F1. So our agenda, ignore all the text message. I was just trying to sleep, but I couldn't. So, what shall we start first? Progress. That's the first thing we normally start in these episodes. And then, we have to, of course, do the traditional finding the schlong. I have still no idea where he hid it. I don't know whether he hid it so well that I can't find it, or whether I'm just too blind to see it. So, finding schlong. I have to enunciate the G's there if not I'll get censored. Now next, of course, we can talk about college. What else? I don't think I got nothing much else to say in the terms of stories anyway. It's all just related to college. Or there's just nothing interesting to talk about. That's it. I've got nothing much to delay. I've got nothing much to dilly do. What's the word for it? Dilly dally. Yeah, I can't really dilly dally around here anymore. Straight get to business with the progress now. My apologies. Since let me go to first person. Since I've started college, there's not much progress to be shown. So one of the, I guess, main buildings I did in the time frame where I didn't record and where I recorded, which is today, I just built a small little building last time, before the recording session. All of these buildings was just at a similar height, where I think this was capped off over here. And I wanted some height in this area since this area is kind of like out of place. Because if you look down here, and you fly down and you go here, all of these buildings, if you look closely, it looks horrible. Like you can see, like, what is this? It just looks like a mix and match of different colors. Although the colors do contrast each other nicely, but the buildings itself are just rectangle with some holes in them and some glass. That's about it. It's very simple. This was my building skills back then. It was not that impressive, but I feel like throughout the months, my building skills have improved, where now I can build that and confidently say that does look really good. But compared to this just looks outdated. So instead of demolishing them altogether, I'm just gonna build over them, just to add a hint of my recent building skills to it. Since if I demolish it completely, I feel like it's just erasing history, which I'm not really fond of. I want to try to keep what I built before intact, so when the inevitable comes, or when the realm shuts down, I can look back and see how my building skills improved. Now, I'm pretty sure that's far off in the future, but who knows? So in this episode, actually, I want to try to expand. This will be my first time actually building a proper building in an episode or in a session. I want to try to build like a nice simple uh, a building. Not really a building. It's more like a house, because it's too small to be counted as a building, but still too big to be counted as a house. So I'm not really sure what's the word for it, but we'll see later. Other than that, I built this small cafe, or for lack of better term, a building. I'm pretty sure I can call this building, so whatever. So it's very simple, very small, very compact. I just wanted building here to try to cover up the ugliness of this area here, because last time this used to be very flat, and you can see if without this orange building here, all of this thing, like this undecorated wall and wool, it would be left to be exposed, which doesn't really give off a particularly well vibe when viewing New Babylon from the outside. But now, since I'm focusing more on the exterior of New Babylon, I wanted to try to cover the whole city up. I'm pretty sure I said this in the previous sessions, where instead of adding exterior or details from the already existing buildings, I'm just gonna build over them. That's way more simpler. And in my opinion anyway, some of you builders or you Minecraft builders out there, you probably find it more easier to actually detail the back of the buildings, but I don't know, I just find it easier to build over them. Maybe it's a controversial thing to say, but that's my opinion. What else? I don't think I actually have any more progress. Like, I still want to try to have progress in between episodes, or something new to show you guys in every session. But with college starting, those progress or those little tiny details are going to be lesser and lesser, but I'll still try to fit here and there, like maybe a small interior or such. But I'm still trying to keep up with the weekly schedule. And I've got to say, the time I'm recording this episode and the previous episode, it's only been 3 days in between, so I think I'm doing a darn well job in keeping in schedule. Don't know how is that going to translate over the months, but we'll see. So with that said, let us go on to the next agenda, which is finding the schlong. And before that, I actually want to reduce my render distance, since if I go deeper into the city, it actually lags even more. Like around the area where I'm standing now, it doesn't lag that much because there's not much entities here. I can do it on 10 and record it comfortably, but if I go deeper, it'll start to lag more. Yeah, you can really see a vast difference, just 5 chunks of render distance due to your basically your viewing experience, but you got to do what you got to do. So I think last time we capped off the hunting somewhere around here. I showed you guys the cyberpunk district, and basically we stopped right in this area, I think. Yeah, we went up here, we saw that very non-suspicious room, we saw the empty room down here too. So let us just, you know, move on from here. I don't really know where else to go from here. Maybe he put it inside here. Now this room was originally meant to be like a testing room for me, where I test with gradients. I still use it on and off, or when I come back to refer to this gradients. This is not actually gradient, this is actually my path blocks or my texturing blocks. Some of these are gradients, but this here you can actually see. If I go back over here, I use that same texturing for this flooring over here, where I do not know why this turned into black concrete. It's supposed to be black concrete powder. Let me just change that. There you go. Yeah, I used the exact same texture for this floor. I think that was the only time where I tried to use black concrete powder in in the flooring, because I normally use it just for windows or like background, not background but to say But yeah, it's mostly for behind windows. Like normally what I do, like you can see the windows here. So for them, for the audience to, for them, how do I word this? For them to avoid seeing the empty interior of New Babylon, I'll normally just cover up the windows. So I just put a black concrete, or if I'm feeling fancy, I can use kelp blocks or block of coal. Other than that, I normally use scaffolding. Like, I can show you an example here. If I put scaffolding here, oh, that's the wrong position. And then I surround the scaffolding with kelp blocks or black concrete powder. It kind of gives a feeling of depth. So if we go outside and take a look, it should have that nice effect. Yeah, like that. So before this, without the kelp blocks or the what's this called? Scaffolding, it will just look like an empty interior. So it will look unfinished. But with this scaffolding and the kelp blocks in place, it gives us a feeling that it's just a dark room where you can't see what's inside. Normally, you can just put the block of kelp and the glass right in front of it. That will just do the trick. But if you're feeling fancy, you can put the scaffolding and block of kelp behind it. So this will give off a feeling that the window is like being grilled. Is that the right word? It's like there's a gate or a grill that is blocking the window. Because normally, well, I think this is common in Asian houses, where we have a window, and behind that window or in front of that window, depends on your view, depend on your viewpoint, there'll be a grill to prevent intruders from breaking in and such. So because of that, we use scaffolding to represent that type of nature or that type of feeling. But other than that, we can actually use iron blocks or iron bars. But the problem with this is, if you only put one iron bar down, it'll just be, well, one line. You actually have to fill up the area. So let's say you only want this part to be windowed, you actually have to take up 3 by 1 space, which is not ideal, but if you have that opportunity, you might as well take it. But that's one thing why I don't want to use iron bars. Although it gives off a better effect, I feel like scaffolding is just much simpler to use. And I just got sidetracked completely there. I still have to find that schlong. Okay, let's continue the search. We know it's not in there. So if you go on here, I'm pretty sure it's not here. I've been building in this area for quite a bit. Let's just take another look. I'll show you guys what's in there maybe in the later sessions. I still want to try to check out the above ground first. So it's not in this shop. It's definitely not here. I have built this area after he built that male genitalia. But it all could be, maybe he logged on in the middle of the night and decided, you know what Babylon needs? Another schlong. So I have to be very vigilant here. I actually try to find every nook and cranny. But I think I'm pretty confident in saying that that object or that art, that his pista de resistance, is not here. So I think they've covered that area, and this area over here we covered the cyberpunk district. We can go up here actually. I don't think it's in here. This was meant to be a garage or some sort, but I got lazy, and my building skills in building vehicles is not as good as my building skills in building, well, buildings. So I decided I'll just leave it empty. I don't think it's here as well. Not that I can see anyway. Huh? Yeah, it's not here. I'm pretty sure a lot of you do not know this, but you can actually have this pretty cool effect by stacking glass, the glass block. If you build like a wall of glass, has space in the middle, another wall of glass, You do that for quite a bit and add a light source at the back. It'll give you this really nice effect where it feels very foggy, very gassy. I wanted to utilize this technique in one of my builds. So here I am showing you guys what I achieved by doing that. It's not that majestic to say. It still feels pretty out of place, but this was still in my early building stages of Babylon, where I just build whatever came to my mind. So this, although it looks out of place, I think it rightfully looks out of place, where it's one of the centerpiece of this zone or of this district. But if you go down here, this actually leads to the above segment, where it's the proper cyberpunk district. So go up here. You can see this is how I get up to access this area over here. Now, I'm also pretty sure it's not here. I've been building this power lines before, after he built that piece of the resistance. So I'm pretty sure it's not here. Am I missing something here? Nope. Yeah, I'm positively sure it's not here unless it is actually here. Oh yeah, I did have another update, which is that small building over there. Now me and Shadow, the owner, we always wanted some kind of red light district in our cities. So I decided, you know what, since I've done that huge orange platform and I want to take a break from it before continuing the top, I decided, you know, in my free time, might as well try to build a red light district. So which is why I actually made a bubble elevator here. If you go down to the depths of Babylon and actually exit the elevator, you can see there's plenty of space here just for another underground city. Now, obviously, to actually build a red light district will take quite some time. I'm not actually sure how big I want to make it, or what's the vibe I want to go for. Like, make it a fancy red light district or like dystopian red light district, but who knows. And it's a bit hard to capture the art of a red light district, because in Minecraft there actually aren't any colored lights. Of course, we have the redstone torch or the sea lanterns, where you may think they emit like some kind of blue or red glow, but actually every light source emits the same light color, which is something I'm not really, or something I really want Mojang to change, but I don't think they will. Or well, I don't think they will in vanilla, but maybe if you install shaders and all those, they'll have the correct effect. So because of that, it's very hard to build these red light districts, because normally red light districts, like, they have gray buildings, or like buildings that are not red in color but are highlighted by those like neon light that, well, basically those neon light is what makes a red light district a red light district. It's what gives the district character. So I can't really achieve this type of feeling in Minecraft, so that's why instead of trying to replicate the district with red lights, I would instead try to dedicate most of the buildings to the color red. So you can see even the elevator color here is red, although this is going to be covered up by a building eventually. I'm not actually sure when I'm going to start on this, but it should be soon, or when I have the free time. Obviously progress will be slow since I started college, but I still want to start on this. A bit of an exciting project, especially since it's going to be a new district, it's going to be a new expansion, and plus it's an underground city. Who doesn't love like a secret city? But yeah, so I want to try to color coordinate this district to the color red. Of course, there are going to be like gray buildings, but the highlight of this district is going to be the color red. I have some few ideas of it, but obviously it may fail, Though if it does fail, I still have a backup plan for it. It's to make the city a bustling street, like how you saw in the European district where it was very crowded. It was very busy. I want to replicate that feeling in the red light district, like maybe some street vendors or some 18 plus people trying to hook you in or trying to reel you in. Yeah, stuff like that. I'm really excited, but today shall not be the day where I start this. I still want to build that area over there. Maybe next session or the 10th session, who knows. It just dawned on me. The 10th session is actually way closer than I anticipated. Like, I thought I still have like a few months left to the next session, but it's actually like what, in 4 more weeks? So maybe then I will actually show you the rest of the server. Since that, as I said in the last session, there are plenty of impressive builds here. Plenty of highlights that I want to showcase. Well, that said, with all the yapping I did there, we have not found any semblance of a schlong or a dick. That's good news or bad news, I'm not sure, but it's not here as well. If I go up here, I think I can confirm it's not here. Nope, no dicks here. Yeah, so I think I shall end off the searching there. It's a bit of a chill, short finding session, but well, partly because I'm running out of the things to show or to showcase you guys, since I want to take things slow, since I don't want to overwhelm the audience, since that may kind of detach them from the city. I want to expose New Babylon a bit slowly, in sequence by sequence. I don't want them to just find out everything in one go. And I did say I want to show off a few secrets in each episode. And I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what I showed off and no idea what I didn't show off. I think I showed off the secret library, I think I showed off the jail cell, I think I showed off this underground city, and I think I showed off... what else did I show off? I've showed off one more secret. I think I've showed off the Piglin's hideout. So I am actually going to go back to the European district, right over here actually, in this quite ugly spot. Though it's ugly intentionally, I built horribly for an intentionally. I lost my words. I lost track of my words right there. Now, if you can see, does anything seem suspicious to you? For sale, 2 million. Call Bobby. If you guys do not know, Bobby is the mayor of the city. Actually, I can show you guys right now. He's this old man that you can see sometimes walking around the street here. Let me in. Is he going to come by here? Okay, we shall see. He shall appear around this corner anytime now. Anytime now. Anytime now. What the hell? Is he dead? I just have to wait. Yeah, you can see. He's walking. He normally just surrounds this area. You can actually talk to him. You can pause to read it, but it's a bit pathetic. He's begging for money. Classic New Babylon. We have a running joke in the server actually, where since in the early days my city used to expand rapidly, so because of that I used to take a lot of debts from the owner of this realm. So that's why when you actually teleport to New Babylon, it says New Babylon, the city with ever-growing depths. Maybe I can show you guys one day, or as I said in episode 10, where I'm actually going to show you guys around the server. But with that said, no distractions anymore. Do you guys see anything suspicious here? Maybe the sign that says 2 million. Now, just for this ugly spot of land, why does it cost so much? Why? Wonder to yourself, think about it. Such a small land, why does it cost so much? You can boil it down to inflation. Well, one of the reasons is inflation, but in fact, there's actually a secret hideout here. If you go behind these stacks of honey here, there'll be quite a few barrels here. There'll be a trap door. If you open the trap door and you go down, though it's a slow process, bear with me. Go down, see? There's actually a huge exposed area over here. Obviously it's not finished, I kind of gotten lazy at detailing this area. There's only these 2 rooms left that I should build. But we have an interesting NPC over here. You can walk down the stairs, not really stairs, this field I guess, and talk to this Baboshima. You can pause to read this, but if you click on I'm tired, you will actually go to survival mode and actually get teleported to an unknown region. Now, this is something I really like about New Babylon, where just the unpredictability of the NPCs basically. Like you can see, I put some beds down there, so though that hideout or that base is basically some kind of like a hippie hideout. So basically the law I have for this character is he basically feeds you some drugs, you fall asleep, and you basically wake up in this area where you can't really escape since you're in survival. Obviously you can break the stairs here, you can break the wheat here. Oh, I should not have break that actually. Let me replant. There you go. So basically this is like a dream sequence, since obviously you're not supposed to play on the server in survival, it's fully creative. But if you actually go down here, I actually forgot where the gate is, but yeah, here it is. Go down here. I always make sure that you can actually get back to being in creative. So if you, well, this is some exposed terrain that you're not supposed to see. You're not supposed to see all the command blocks here. But if you talk to the NPC, you tell wake me up, you can go back to the original spot. Your game mode has been updated to creative and the masking tape just came out. No! I made sure to put 3 layers this time, come on. Okay, I've taped it back together. But yeah, it's one of the unique gimmicks that I really like about New Babylon. I plan to add more, obviously, just try to fill up the streets or the buildings with some unique NPCs. Like I want every building, well of course this is a goal of mine in the future, to be filled with unique NPCs, since sometimes my gripe with open world games is that, is it truly open world? Like I think my standard for open world games are very high. It's like more of a distant dream now at this point, where when you go into a building, it's just bare bones, or most of the time you can't even go into a building, it's just like a husk. Like I recently played Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and it's a really fun game. The open world is really fun, but it was still a bit disappointing to not be able to explore in every building or every skyscraper. But hey, I can see why it's developed like that. Like if you were able to explore all of the buildings, there would just be no point. It would just be redundant, since most of the buildings will probably be made half-assed. Like there'll probably be a building where it's just like a normal boring family living there. Now although I get it, that would be realistic, I can see why it's boring. So, and plus it probably take up a lot of space in your PC. So yeah, as I said, this is more of like a far-fetched dream that I wish it's implemented, but I can see why it's not implemented. Now I think I've yapped enough about that, and I actually want to get my itchy hands to building. I've toured New Babylon enough. I want to start building in this area over here. Before that, I would like to take a sip of water, as usual, ice water. Oh, oh, that's the class right there. I don't know what is it, but I talk a lot and I have like a sip of ice water, or water in general, or a drink in general. There's this some kind of light-headed feeling I get for a second. I'm not sure whether anyone else feels this. I assume at least I share this experience with some other people on the internet. I don't know what causes this. It feels it gets me light-headed a bit. Like the water is like acting like some kind of drug. Like I don't know. I also my nose gets a bit stuffy. Though I'm pretty sure that's because of my talking, not because of the water. Alright, that's it. Enough of the yapping. Let's get on to building. Now, I have no idea what I want to build. I've seen some inspiration on like Instagram, or I got some ideas from there. But it doesn't really fit my style. So I'm just going to wing it. It's always a bit daunting to actually start your first, or to start building, but well, you got to start from the first block. I'm thinking what actually should I put there. I'm still thinking what building is suitable to be slotted in that position over there. So I'm thinking some kind of plain bone block building. But if I use bone blocks, it wouldn't really contrast nicely with that building over there, especially since I use bone block in that white small structure over there. But at the same time, it won't be that much of a shock, I would say. The best color would be blue. Would be that warped, what's a warped nylon bark? I think that's the name for it. But it's that the blue tree bark over there that you can see. The best block would be that. I'm just thinking of my other options that I have. Of course, I still want to build a platform where it goes. I need some ideas. I need some inspiration. Or maybe it can be like one of those vents. I can put it over here. Since those vents generally looks cool, that's my main reason of actually building or like spamming those vents on the other sides. I'm still not sure. I'm still contemplating my options. It's either white or blue. But if I use white, maybe I can use this instead. I'm not sure. Okay, meanwhile I think about it, we should actually build a platform first. What I mean by platform is something the buildings should go on top of. So normally I like to build in gradients. I'm a bit lazy to do that right now, and since it's going to be like a small platform, I don't really see a point to do that. But if I don't do gradient, I feel it'll be a bit plain, so I think I'll do a bit of texturing instead. So let's just pull this all the way here. Maybe I extend it 2 blocks over here to try to add a bit of asymmetry. I don't like the gap over here though. I can feel like we can add like a small building here later on. I'll deal with it when that problem arises. But yeah, we have that small nice stone foundation. That's 1 block too big. Let's see. Maybe we can texture it with tuff and maybe dead coral. Maybe it's either this or this. Which one looks better? I normally like the rougher look. I think this looks more rougher, or looks more like rocks. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe actually I don't think it is 1 block too big. I think it's actually one block too small? Let me check. Or maybe instead of using stone as the final layer, I can actually use a furnace. So if you place a furnace backwards, you should get this really nice. I keep clicking on the furnace. But if you do that, you should get a nice, like, sort of pattern. You could say pattern, yeah. But now if I do that, the stone block doesn't really blend in that well. So instead, I think I should change all of this to tough. And then I should texture the tough with stone instead. So I should make the majority of the blocks here tough. I think that works well better with the furnace, but still, without texturing, it looks horrible. I think tough is one of the blocks where it's either you go big or go home. So I'm going small here, so that's why I have to texture it. And if you build using tough, like if you build a mega build by it, I think it look good without texturing it. But since I'm building it in a small scale, I think texturing is necessary for this build. There you go. Need some down here. I think that's enough dead coral blocks. I think we should change up the block palette over here to either cobble deep slate or mossy cobble stone. So I think that works. Yeah, it's starting to get better. Although now with all the now with all the blocks in place and tough became the minority, it still looks good. I think. If we try to, yeah, that instantly ruins it. Since I think cobble deep slate is a bit too dark. Cobblestone works perfectly. Yeah. So I think if we just add a few cobblestone here and there, yeah, I think that's perfect. That's really good, I think. So above this is going to be the actual building. This is just a platform that I can build, or I can use to texture. That's not the word I'm looking for. I forgot the word I'm looking for. Anyway, I think you get what I mean. So I think now we can move on to the even more daunting part, which is the house. Actually, I got another idea. What if we add upside down staircase? Oh. There. Yeah, that looks better. I like that already. Now, I completely forgot what I wanted to say. I said now and my mind went blank. And now we can actually start with the building. Since I've already built this up, I'm thinking we should take the risk of taking in or using the color white. I think that would work better. But white, I think we should use smooth quartz blocks. Or should I use mushroom stems instead? It's either one of these two blocks that's going to be the primary palette for this build. So I think I should try smooth quartz block first, since it's hard to go wrong with it. So let's get a general shape in. So I'm thinking, so I think this is 5 blocks, this is 4 blocks. So that will give like a sort of interesting shape towards the overall structure, or I just fell towards the overall structure of this building. So I think if you build it up, it will look better. Hopefully. I'm still biting my nails. This could go very wrong or very nicely. what's important that it looks good beside this purple building. If it doesn't look good, if it looks out of place, that's just bad. Yeah, if I bring this up, maybe 2 blocks down. I think we need to add some floors. Try to really sell that feeling of it being an apartment building. 1, 2. I think that looks good. I really do think that looks good. I'm not that sure about the other side since it's a bit uneven. I can try to make it even. Because if I do this, it just becomes a square. I don't really want squares in my build. Unless we do this. We open up this area over here. Then we bring this back 1 block. So I don't think you can make it uneven, so I think we have to make it that. Yeah, I think that works perfect. I feel like the bottom floor is a bit too high, so I'm just going to reduce it by 1 block. I think that would work much better. There you go. Now I feel the top is too high. If I just cancel off this level right there, now I think it's perfect. Hopefully. Now I want to add the windows. Although I normally do the texturing first, I still want to get the feel of this building. Since if I texture it and then I'm not satisfied with it, it'll just be a waste of my time. So instead, I am thinking we go double layer for this. That means, how do I... You know, I'm not going to explain it. While watching the video, maybe you can get the idea of what I am actually trying to do. So if I put it here, because normally I put the kelp blocks here instead. But if I put it 1 block backwards and I attach or cover that up, we can actually use birch trap door to actually get the feeling of it being actual windows. I'm saying the word actual a lot here, but you'll see. I think I'm cooking. Is that what you people call it? If I do that, too fat for me to place it down. There you go. Yeah, I like the idea of it, but I don't like how it's not stretching out towards the whole window. I think that looks better. Yeah, I like it. How about this here? I feel like we can use stairs instead of blocks, just to try to get rid of that awkward feeling. Squat slab. Maybe not stairs here, just slabs all the way. And I do the same thing for the 3rd level. Okay, let's try to place in the kelp blocks. Let's just try to place it to the roof. Oh, I'm falling. Let me just cover it up first. Okay, now let's add the birch trap doors. And after that we can get the final reveal. Hopefully it'll be good. I like that. It'll look better once the final floor comes into place. Let us try. Ah, there you go. There you go. I like that. Yeah. Okay, that's a good feeling. That's a really good feeling. It's when you see a bill and you instantly know, yeah, I like that. So I think the risk that I took was worth it. I just need to do the second building right now. I think this will look way better once the texturing comes into place. Even now, without the texturing, it's starting to look decent. Not even decent actually, it's starting to look good. Let me try to run the block of kelp up to the roof. Oh no. Oh. Okay, now that's all covered, how does that look? That looks good. It not being a square really helps. I'm not sure why it helps, but I think if it's a square, it just looks way more awkward. Now I think that is because you normally don't see square or like perfect square rooms or buildings or like windows on buildings. It's normally rectangulars. Pretty sure I'm correct about that. Once we get the windows in place, it should instantly turn better. I'm hoping anyway. Okay, that's the wrong side. So if I were to complain, placing these trapdoors are very annoying. We do here. Just extend this towards here. Now, oh my god, I forgot about the agenda again. College, okay. I completely forgot about what I was about, or what I needed to say, or what I needed to continue in this session. College, as you guys may know, I started my third semester in college. I'm taking 5 subjects right now. Let me try to think if I can remember the subjects' name. I think one is digital communication, one is what's the word for it? Basic computing. Another one is introduction to business management, and another one is intercultural communication. Now, all of this, except for maybe digital computing, is kind of, and basic computing maybe, is very new subjects to me. It's a bit daunting, especially for our what was the subject? Business subject, the business management subject. The teacher warned that it'll be like a lot. You have to do a lot of reading if you want to achieve or get good marks or get A's, which is something I'm not that fond of. But well, you got to do what you got to do. You can't really complain. It's part. I mean, it's the extra work you have to put in, or the extra work you have to show. But she said there'll be a lot of reading from the textbook. So I was a bit daunted, not to say scared or not to say unappreciative, but it felt a bit daunting, the subject. But I think at the end of the day, if you don't decide to do it, it'll just be detrimental. Like the teacher gave you tips, so might as well just take it. I think that's the only subject that I'm a bit nervous about, or that that I have a bit nervous. I'm a bit nervous about it, but thankfully, The teacher seems very kind, very straightforward. I really like the teachers that I have for this semester. Somehow what can I say? I thought I had a lot of say to college, but turns out no. Apparently not. Maybe I can talk about my first day. Let me think. Okay, first day. As you... Okay, maybe only Shadow knows this. My sleep schedule was very haywire during the holidays. Where I slept like about 8 a.m. Yes, 8 a.m. or like sometimes 12 p.m. So my sleep schedule was like right here and there. So when college started, I tried to fix my sleep schedule the day before, which was on a Sunday. So instead of fixing it, I just couldn't sleep. I normally try to sleep downstairs when I want to try to fix my sleep schedule, but this time I just couldn't get myself to sleep. So I just went to college with zero sleep. Now thankfully, I'm the type of person who doesn't get tired if I have social interaction. Like I could get 0 hours, or like I could be awake for like 48 hours or so, but if I'm in a public space or if I get social interaction, I will not even feel tired. I feel like I have like 10 hours or 11 hours of sleep. Seriously. I'm not sure why. Objectively speaking, I should feel more tired, but I don't know, I just don't. So that's one thing that I should be thankful about. When I came home, as soon as I was alone, I was dead tired. Like I was planning to record this session on Monday itself, but I couldn't. And the next day, which was a Tuesday, I had very bad flu, so I couldn't record that. I couldn't record the session then as well. One moment, taking a gracious sip of water. Oh yeah, I think I just spilled some water. Okay, nope. I thought I spilled some water on my pants, but thankfully nope. Other than that, yeah. So the first day started. I got to meet all my friends again. Some of us were separated since we somehow chose different courses. Since few of the courses, we somehow chose different sections or like different classes. Since few of the classes were full and some of them registered late. So you can see how that went. But overall, it's fine. Nothing to complain about. I rarely complain about college since everything just works perfectly fine. My schedule, Monday starts at 10 o'clock. Tuesday I have no classes. Thursday and Wednesday I start class at 9. And Friday I start the class at 8. But all of this, be warned, is just temporary. Where it could change next week. It's still not yet finalized. Like I've heard there have been talks about changing few of the classes towards another day. So I have to keep an eye out for that. But overall, I don't really mind if they change. I'm okay with any time, even the 8 o'clock class. It's a bit bothersome, but I think I have just to get used to it. What else can I say? I can talk. What can I talk about? I can talk about the 8 a.m. classes. Yeah, why not? As you know, normally 8 a.m. classes are very painful to get to. If you have experienced it in your college life, I'm sure you don't like it. But for me, it makes me feel a bit more productive in some weird sense. Like I normally wear full formal clothes to school or to college, though normally it's I don't see that much people doing it, but I normally do it so When I wake up in the morning, I can feel a bit more productive about my day. But of course, it's a bit time consuming. No, actually, I wouldn't say it's time consuming. You don't really do anything much. I just put on some pants and a shirt, and I'll be on my merry way. But just the time I have to wake up for 8 a.m. classes is horrible. I have to wake up at about 6. No, not 6. 5:10 or 5:20. Not even that. I have to wake up at about 5 o'clock basically, which is horrible since I have to make sure I get nice 7 hours of sleep, and I have to make sure I don't have a headache in the morning, since if I do have a headache I have to take some pills to stop the headache, which is normally a paracetamol or Panadol, and those normally make me drowsy. Though thankfully, as I said before, if I am in social interaction I would not feel sleepy. Still, on the bus and all, it's a bit unpleasant. So I wake up 5 o'clock, I go shower, dress up, and then I have to catch the 6 a.m. bus. Now the thing I want to complain. Now this is where the Igat complaining starts. 6 a.m. buses are a bloody scam lah. And it's the earliest bus, and this is where Malaysian transport fails me. Like, fine, public transportation is good, but it can be really frustrating sometimes. Like, I go outside the 6 a.m. bus, and I have this app that tells you when the bus arrives. Now, for some bloody reason, this app doesn't show what time the bus comes for the 6 a.m. Buses. Like, why? Why not just show it? Like, you show it for the 6:30 bus, why should show it for the 6 a.m. bus? Like, I don't get it. And plus, because of this, I sometimes go there like 5:50 and the bus does not even come. I have to wait for the 6:30 bus. And sometimes I go there way earlier, like 5:40, and the bus arrives like, also doesn't arrive, but arrives at like 6:30, which is basically the next bus. I'm like, oh my god, why? But the problematic thing is, if this was a common thing that it always happened, like, I'll just take the 6:30 bus. But sometimes it does come at 6 o'clock. Like, that's where the frustration comes in. Like, it's either you come at 6 o'clock or you don't come. Don't have a sometimes and all. Like, oh my god, astaghfirullah, so babi lah, transportasi Malaysia ini. But you know, at least the drivers are friendly. Like, it's just a personal rant. I can't really say anything much. After all, it is my only form of transportation to college. But the train is very efficient. That I can say for sure. Like, every time the bus drops me off at the train station, the longest I've waited is about 7 minutes. Not more than that, not less than that. Less than that. I meant to say, not more than that. I have waited less than that. The shortest I've waited is about 1 minute or 2 minutes. So it's very efficient, the train. Just, I wish I could say the same for the bus. Unfortunately, I have to do the same routine tomorrow. I'll have to see. Anyway, I have to actually go to bed in a while. How long have I been recording for? 59 minutes, holy shit. Not been doing nothing much. So yeah, the first day went by like that. The first day, thankfully, was a 7:30 class. It was a 10 o'clock class. So I had to take the 7:30 bus, so I just had to wake up at 7 o'clock. So the day went on normally. I met a few of the new teachers, and I can tell you one thing. One of my lecturers, Mr. Alex, if you're watching this, thank you for subscribing. I made a trade offer. I subscribed to your channel, you subscribe to my channel, and we agreed. Somehow or rather, I actually ended up being the monitor of the class for 2 subjects at least. One for basic computing, another for fundamentals of business management. I can't say I'm quite comfortable with that choice. I don't really feel qualified to become a class rep, though no one really volunteered, or they all just yelled my name, so teacher chose me. I can't really do nothing much there. But hey, this is an experience, I guess. This is my first time being a class rep. So it's good experience. Hopefully it's not that hard, and hopefully I don't have to sacrifice some sleep here and there because of it. Actually, I just opened my phone and I have a notification. Thankfully, it is not from the teachers. If I thought I missed a message right there, I thought I was going to be in trouble. Thankfully, it's not. What else can I talk about? What else happened on Monday? Nothing much. I don't think nothing else important happened on that day. I came back home, dead tired. As I said, I wanted to record the session on that day itself, but I ended up crashing on my bed instead. I was too sleepy. And yesterday, as I said, again, I wanted to record again yesterday, but I was a bit under the weather. And today, I came back and I wanted to record earlier, like at about 5 p.m. or so. Right now it's 9 p.m. But it was raining heavily and I was afraid that there might be a power outage. So I've refrained from recording. So instead of recording it now, I haven't had my dinner yet. I'm starving actually. I'll have it in about a while if there's anything good to have. Other than that, I don't think nothing much. Today I came back from college about 4 o'clock. Yeah, about 4 o'clock. Today was also pretty uneventful. We had a discussion about when to make our classes, or when to hold our classes. We are planning to change the timetable. Other than that, nothing much. I'll just go with what the majority says, since that's, I think, the safest option, since I'm fine with both of the options. Basically, it's either to change the time slot or don't. I prefer to change, but if we don't end up changing it, or the majority says to not change it, well, I guess I'll stick with the majority, since at the end of the day I have no qualms with both options. It's just the difference is whether you want a smaller class or you want a bigger class. I want a smaller class since it tends to be more quiet. But hey, at the end of the day, it depends on the lecturer. So I just have to see. I'll probably answer you guys about my decision in the next session, which I am not sure when. Next, I see if I do have a break day, which for now is Tuesday, though it might change. I may start recording the sessions on that day, since obviously it's a break day, so I get to nicely fit in my recording sessions then. But for now, I'll just record it whenever I'm feeling it, like I want to record. I've been yapping too much, and actually I've been avoiding building. I will finish the roof. I want to try to use granite. I think that will work good. Yeah, granite works better. I was thinking of using mud bricks at first, but I think it looks too messy or too dirty. So instead, I'll use what's this? Granite, and then I'll texture it. I think one more level should be good. Yeah, that looks perfect already. This building is close to being done. Damn. Well, let me just texture the roof. Now, for normally granite, my normally texture blocks is normally granite slab and exposed cut copper, of course the wax version. I normally put bricks inside, but I normally do that for chimneys. For roofs, I think I'm just gonna stick with these two. Maybe a jungle slab. I'll see. Let's just do the normal texturing. Start with granite first, then we can move on to the wax copper after we finish granite. So almost like so. And now we can use copper. No copper on this row, which makes me a bit icked. There you go. I think we can fit in some jungle slabs. I'm not that sure how it will look though. So maybe at the corner here a bit. Yeah, just a bit. I don't want it to empower the roof. I don't want it to be the majority shareholder of the roof. If you can call it that. I think that's good enough. Change this to, yeah, I like that. My phone buzzed. Let me check. I have a notification from Touch and Go saying I'm bloody broke. Don't have to remind me, man. I know I'm broke. But I think, yeah, that works. Of course, I think I'm going to add another building in between here, but I think I'm going to do that in the next session. I think I've been recording for quite a while, 1 hour 6 minutes. I think I can go for a bit more. I want to try to add a bit more detailing down here, though I'm not that sure what to add. Maybe we can add some walls to try to signify depth. Or we can try to add stairs going upwards, but that wouldn't make sense. So let me try the walls instead. So if we try to replace the cobblestone walls, yeah, I was worried of that. It looks dark, which I'm not a fan of. Maybe we can. What can we add here? Can I add a roof there? Oh, campfire roof. Yeah. Good thinking. Okay. Shovel. Now if we just align it over here, extinguish the fire. I think it should be 1 block further up. I'm not sure why. Why can't I place it down? I can't place it down. Do I have to break this to place it? Ah, that's why. Okay, so if I extinguish that, place this over here. Then if I can, I think I should add the window. You know the trick I said just now of using a scaffolding? I think I'm going to use that over here. Instead of putting it 1 block behind, I'm actually going to put it at the front, and then I'm going to use the dried kelp block at the back. Okay, maybe not dried kelp block, I'm going to use block of coal. Since I've already used the kelp block over there, but downstairs, I think the block of coal will work better. Then I should add some banners to make it more cohesive, or to make it not cohesive. The opposite of cohesive, actually, to make it more messy. Nope, that does not work. That looks horrible. Okay, that looks even more horrible. Nah. Nope. That was a bad idea. A bad execution. What if I had signs? I like that. Well, maybe we can add some wax copper as some pipes. Wax oxidized copper. So we can maybe add some over here. I don't like it touching the block though. If I do that, that feels empty. Yeah. You know what? That works. I like it. Just almost close to liking it anyway. Just do that, and then we have to dirty it a bit, make it look aged, to make it look more natural. There you go. And with that said, I think for a yapping session for 1 hour, I think I built a decent building. I didn't even build this for 1 hour. I think I built it for 30 minutes. Obviously the back is not done, but can't be really bothered since it's going to be covered anyway. But I think it's good. Obviously the gap there is a bit jarring. It's a bit weird to have the gap there. I'll probably just put a stone pillar there just to cover it up, but I think it's good enough. It looks nice. It doesn't look too overly, it doesn't stand out too overly much, if I were to describe it. It's simple. It's a nice background. It's like a nice backdrop. How long have I been recording for? 1 hour 10 minutes, I think. I think I'll just finish the gap off with a simple stone wall, just to not leave any unfinished business. So what I mean by stone wall is I should start from down here. So if I just stack this to the top and I stop at the bottom a bit, you can actually see it starts to cover the gap. Well, no shit, no shit. I'm placing blocks there, that's why it's starting to cover the gaps. But you'll see what I mean. It's actually a technique I have used in the past, or in the couple, or that you have actually seen in a few couple sessions before this. Oh, accidentally broke a block. So now, I have to break this black concrete too. Doesn't look good. Stack this up as well. There you go. Now this looks weird at first, but if you can go to this area over here, you can actually see to try to give that industrial vibe or the industrial aesthetic, I actually put this purple stripes. Normally I use orange. I decided to change things up a bit and use purple. So this time I want to try this magenta. I think that's the correct block. Oh, pink terracotta, sorry, not magenta. So one block down. There you go, and just like that, the awkward gap has been filled. It doesn't look as awkward as it does anymore, and I like it. With that said, I think we are done for this session. This will go up on YouTube as usual in about a couple of hours, minutes. Well, actually I have to sleep, so I'll probably leave the PC running overnight, so it'll upload on its own. Hopefully it'll upload by 12 o'clock. But with that said, we are quite successful in the session. Very productive actually. We built a whole ass building. I want to try to start building actual buildings instead of interiors in my sessions. Obviously I still want to build interiors, try to lessen or try to bridge the empty space in New Babylon. But I think I simply ran out of time with this session. I'm sorry if this session has been less funny or less entertaining or less loud. A bit tired from college, so I'm taking this as like a slow, chill paced day. And plus, it's just a very nice weather. It just rained. It's very cooling. So it's a very my mood is very chill today. So that's why this session is a bit slow, a bit chill, a bit on the background noise-ish. So that's why if you don't find the normal Igat loudness here, in the next episode I think it'll surely come back. So with that said, I think it's time to say goodbye. We have to awkwardly exit out the full screen, have to go to F1 again, do the obligatory YouTuber, Minecraft YouTuber shifting. There you go. I think my obligation to do that is done. We have recorded for 1 hour 15 minutes, which is, I don't think it's the longest. I think 1 hour 16 is the longest, if I remember correctly. I think this is going to be the second longest. Right now, dilly-dallying. I shall say my goodbyes. I'll see you in the next session, which is going to be section. I said section. I meant session. Which is going to be session 7. I've got no plans for that. As usual, if you have any plans or if you want me to build anything to your requests, just text me or anything. I don't know. I'm saying gibberish again. But I have to awkwardly say goodbye now. I'll see you in the session 7. Goodbye. Where is the stop button? Oh, there it is.